to how to be free from stress, anxieties, all the troubles that we face from time to time, right? If you want to make your mind very calm, very peaceful, very serene, if you don't want any headaches or hypertension or neurologic problem, neurosis problem, do you know a simple thing you have to do? You can try it. Check it out for yourself. It's called the Chandra Chandravedi pranayam. Chandravedi pranayam is very, very simple. It's so simple that you can do anytime, anywhere, and more you do it, more your emotions are controlled. In the time that you won't face any emotion, you don't have to do well with it. Also, people who have a sleeping disorders, if you have a hard time sleeping, that helps you also, But you have to do it minimum of 5 minutes. And the more you do it, more what happens? All that it's in your head stored. Do you know there is a difference between the conscious mind and subconscious mind? You have any idea?
Sure.
Yes, Alex, what is different?
You're aware of your conscious mind.
You are aware of your conscious mind. But a lot of things are stored in your subconscious mind. It's like what do you call you store on your computer, the data, all the datas, and all the programs that you store, right, in the computer. That you store in computer or disk or whatever. Alex?
Sure.
Yes. So you store it, and most of the time, those what you have stored. If you notice that if you are really quiet, and especially trying to go to sleep, hundreds of thoughts will keep coming. Have you noticed that? So many thoughts, one after another. So you wonder where that's coming from. It is stored in your subconsciousness. And even in the sleep, when you have some bad dreams, or you have a restless sleep, things like that. Sometimes you are in a dream, in a sleep also you are breathing constantly. But sometimes if you are not getting enough oxygen, what will happen? Do you have any idea? Your sleep will be disturbed. Because your brain, that's the time your brain needs the most oxygen that you can ever imagine when you are in sleep. But if your breathing is not normal, it's not very deep and long, then you tend to wake up quite a few times, It's called the disturbed sleep, I call it. So this Anulom Vilom is really nice pranayam. It's excellent, But this is I am talking about just simply doing the only one side. Like you are breathing in from the left side and breathing out from the right side. Begin breathing in from left, breathing out from right. Breathing in from. So before you do Anulom Vilom, that you breathing in, breathe out from right, and then you breathe in from right, and you breathe out from the left. Do you know why I said don't do that? The other second part? You have any idea? No? Yes?
I think the left side is the lunar.
Lunar, yes, that's right, that's correct. And the right side is solar, Surjbhedi, alright? And so it means it gets a lot of heat. When you breathe in through the right, you try if you are cold and just breathe from the right, not breathe from the left, and your body will be warm up, very soon. But if you are doing regularly, in other words, every day, then it becomes so soothing, very calming, and all the function of your bodies, and even your mind and your subconscious start clean up all that junk that you have stored in your mind, and so when you don't need it, it just clean. Just that's like you delete something, some programming that you don't want. What you do, you delete it. The song that you don't want, you delete it, right? You clean it out. But you try to keep it the one you like it. And so what you like it, even the song, even the music, makes your mind very relaxed, very pleasant. So it's very important. So in this case, you just breathe from the left side and breathe out from the right, and just do it for 5 minutes and see what you think. Just check it out, okay? How about that? You can turn the light off. This one, and you can turn that one off. So we have less light. So you do it. But very important thing, even in your meditation or doing pranayama, one thing is very, very important, that your spine is straight. The more straight it is, your breathing will be smooth, and there will be no, what you call it, disturbance, So it will be smooth and free. But if you are bend that way or bend this way, then you are blocking the breathing. So that is very important. Your neck, head, and your buttock, they are all aligned. So more straighter it is, the better it is. So this is very important to keep in mind. But make sure to take a deep breath, long and deep breath, as long as you can go. You messed up. So, how do you feel? You feel something different? Yes, you did. What did you feel?
I think more clarity.
More clarity?
Yeah.
How about you?
Good. I think it's more settled.
Okay, so you should do them. Very, very, very important, you have no idea. Because your body has all the powers, all the healing powers. It can heal itself. You notice that when you get sick and you don't do anything, just fast for a day, and you feel better. What happened? Instead of body, your stomach or intestines or pancreas, busy working to digest your food, this time it doesn't have to do that because you have not eaten all day. So it get to work to do the cleansing, and working to getting rid of all the toxins from your body. The toxins are detoxed through urination, through toiletries, or through sweat, So there's all these ways that our body works itself, but whenever you are sick or you are having certain problems, so what body is telling you? There is something that is not right, and so you feel sometimes, sick goes on for a week or 2 weeks, but sometimes you get over with it. So this is the time that you have to, do watch on your diets to eat the right food, A lot of people take just a soup, nothing else. Have you noticed that? So just, soup is very easy to digest, so your body start working on it. So you can study about that or know, even Google. Nowadays Google is so easy, and you can Google these things for your health, and you can be really healthy, and feel mentally, physically, or emotionally, you feel very, to call it, quite well. Okay. I want to read some of the Bibles, You are all familiar with that. What do you think?
Sure.
Okay. I really like that New Testament, it's a very wonderful, wonderful teaching. But all the teaching doesn't matter how much you read, how much you listen, And just like a farmer, he farms, and he cultivates the land, Then he fertilizes it, then he waters it. But he forgot the seed. What will happen? If there is no seed, what will happen? There will be a lot of weeds to grow itself. Isn't that correct?
Mm-hmm.
So similarly, coming to satsang or listening satsang, and there are so many ways people do that, they go to church, go to temple, going there, and they feel some little satisfaction that, I went to the temple. It was a good, I'm glad. So now my week will go really well. The same going to church. But not, it happens so, It doesn't happen so. Why? Because just going there is not enough. When you carry that vibration, carry that holy vibration within yourself, and letting sink in your consciousness, in your being, then it can be beneficial, Similarly, when we hear satsang, hear the teachings, and like, whether the teaching of Christ or teaching of Krishna or teaching of Buddha or teaching of Kabir or Nanak. First question you have to have in your mind is, how did Jesus become what he became? What was his secret? how Buddha became, he was not born enlightened, he was not a yogi, he was a prince, born as a prince. But somehow, with some way, with some dedication, some focus, he attained that because he worked very ceasingly, right? And day and night, every day. For how many years? It took him 6 years to attain the enlightenment. So, but that 6 years was very dedicated practice, very focused practice. It came from his heart, with your sincere heart. And same with the teaching of Christ. So all these teachings are very, very wonderful, very enlightening, keeps us straight just by even listening these teachings. It helps you quite a bit. You don't even know how, you don't know what kind of help you got. But if you really contemplate and what happened just in a day, you did follow that teaching, and you can see the difference. See in your mood, see in your thoughts, see in your personalities. Slowly you find that all those things are changing, and eventually changing every single day, every day. Just like a child born, and the child honestly grows up to be a little boy, and then he grows up to be a young man, right? And then he becomes adult. And all those things happens in the same body. He didn't have a different body, just the same body. Was one time a little baby and turned out to be adult and old man in some day. So the change took in the body, change took in her mental state, emotional state, spiritual state, So all those states, the change has taken care. And some child you will find so well behaved, such a wonderful child, very smart, very calm, very peaceful, and very practical. Their life is all together, let's put it this way, Just like you are owning a bike, and if all the wheels and everything is balanced, then you have a pleasant riding. Similarly, life can be pleasant and unpleasant. And who makes it unpleasant or pleasant? Whose life is? It's your life, right? And you have a power, you have abilities, you have a wisdom, you have a strength, and you can make it very pleasant, very wonderful life. And every day will be a blessed day, Whether you are rich or not, it's not important, what I'm saying? Whether very highly educated or not, it's not important. Some people I have seen in India, they are very poor, very uneducated, and yet they are very happy. They are rejoicing their life. And I seen the otherwise, some people who are very educated, well financed, and they are not so happy. They are very, very miserable. So what is the cause between the two? So money does bring your comfort, Money brings the food on the table, But money brings you home, money gives you clothes, all those things, so you can live a very comfortable life. But money cannot bring you happiness. Money cannot bring you a peace of mind. Money cannot bring you the eternal joy, or the freedom. So you see, it's so, you know. So we start from here. Blessed are they who do hunger and thirst for the righteousness, for they shall be filled. Do you understand that? Those who thirst for the righteousness. There is a righteous life or unrighteous life. You know the difference, right? The unrighteous life is like what? They have lust, greed, ego, attachment. They have anger, fear, frustrations. Because of that, living an unrighteous life. It shows right away, shows right on your whole being. Your being is like a, what you call it? It tells what kind of day you are having. You know what I mean? How fortunate you are. So if you live an unrighteous life, you are going to have those kind of outcome. And righteous life leads us towards God. Remember that we are all energy, and we have a good energy or bad energy, good mind or bad mind, good heart or bad heart, right? Good thinking or bad thinking, good emotion or bad emotions. Some emotions are good, just like when you see somebody's sad or sick, and your emotion goes out and you feel very sad for, how can I help this person? How can I change their life? How can I make them happier? So the smile comes out from them. So this is called the righteous thought, righteous behavior. But if you are unrighteous, you are only thinking about yourself. And most you think about your family only, the immediate family, you know what I mean? Then you are very limited, you are a closed being, you know what I mean? Closed. So, your heart, which is supposed to be like a rose, it wants to be blossom. It won't blossom. But when you're, just like when the rose blossoms, you can smell the fragrance, right? And it attracts you. But if it is not blossoming, what will happen? Your heart is blocked. Then you are the first one to feel that, and then whosoever is around you, they will feel it too. They will get that vibe. And so, what do you think? They will come close to you? They will run away. They will say, no. I don't want to be around. So, This is why Jesus said, blessed are those, they who do hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. When you hunger and thirst, not only hunger, thirst also. So, in that, what did that mean? That you wholeheartedly, with your whole awareness, you are constantly seeking to be a good, to be righteous, not to be unrighteous, not to be like an evil person. Every second, every moment of your life, you are making a decision. Isn't that right? Who makes the decision? You make the decision. And if you make a good decisions, you get the good reward. You don't make such a good decision, then you get a reward otherwise. So it's very important that we have to focus our mind, being very conscious of goodness, the righteousness, purity, Not only the purity of mind, it comes from the purity of the body also. If you are physically not pure, then mentally you will not be pure. If you are mentally not pure, then you are spiritually you will not be pure. That making sense? So that works together. So physically pure, how we can purify ourselves? By eating right. By eating right, by exercising, like doing yoga, even a walk. If you can't do yoga, that's okay. You can go for a walk. Walk for half an hour every day. Instead of sitting in your house or being on the computer all day long. Yes, there is time for work, but there is time for other things too, just like you have time for sleep. No matter how hard you say, no, I am not going to sleep, my work is so important. Why you may do maybe for a week or so, but after a week you start getting burnout. So it's very important that everything has to be concise and to take in care. You have to take care of your body, take care of your mind, and take care of your soul. And if you do all these things, then whatever you want to accomplish in life, you have all the force helping you. Your body is helping you, your mind is helping you, and your soul is helping you. Everything works together, right? If your five fingers are together, you can grab anything, But if you have only 3 fingers or 2 fingers, what will happen? You will not have fun, So it's important that your 5, what is called, they call in Ayurveda like do you remember, Alex, what they call it? 3 those.
Which one?
3.
3? No, in Ayurveda?
The constitutions. The
The
Vata, Pitta,
and yeah,
Pitta,
the doshas.
what do you call?
Doshas.
Kapha.
The doshas. Doshas.
Doshas. 3 dosas. So if all those 3 dosas, Kapha, Pitta, and Vata, they are balanced, then you have no illness. If one of them are imbalanced, then you have illness. So same way in your body, if those things are taken care by eating right, by exercising, by getting a good night's sleep, you understand? then you will have a good long life and a healthy life. That is the secret of good life. But also have to have your mind also balanced. If your mind is imbalanced, mind has a lot of anger, a lot of fear, a lot of frustration, a lot of envies, a lot of jealousies, a lot of hatred, all those things. Guess what? Then you won't have a good life. Okay? So the next one, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Remember that there are a lot of people are very religious, or even people who are spiritual. They do what they think and they try. They practice morning and the evening meditations, or they do yogas and pranayamas and all that. And the years passed and they still have not even seen God or realized. When if you have not seen God, of course you won't be realize God. So Jesus made very simple and clear, very simple statement. Blessed are those pure in heart, shall see God. What does that mean? You have any idea?
Blessed are those Blessed are those who are pure in heart, for they shall see God. Why did he say it? Or
what does that mean? Why? What you have to be?
In order to see the divine, you have to be free of the world vision. If you're externalizing your senses, you see the world. You have to internalize your senses and purify your mind to be able to see the truth.
Right. Because, throughout the life that we have gone from many times, we are born, many times we die, and then just we come to the human life. And even in a human life, many times we go being a human, many times, and then finally one time you will realize it takes a process of purification. Finally, at one time, when you become a yogi like a Ramakrishna Paramahansa, or a real devotee like a Mirabai. Look at even a Prahlad, a small young man, or Dhruva, he saw God. Many people, Kabir, Nanak, Saint Tulsidas, Saint Francis of Assisi, and many people have seen. But yet many people, millions of people have not seen. And you wonder, they go to church. Some people who are practicing yoga, practicing meditation, practicing all these things, and yet they have not seen. What could be the reason? So it's very simple reason is because our mind has spread out all over the world. There is one place Jesus said again that no man can worship the true God
A man can serve two masters.
Two masters. What does that mean? That means you can be slave of the world or the slave of God. That's simple. When you become a slave of God, when you really want God, this is what it takes, that you have to be wanting God, wanting to know God, wanting to see God, wanting to experience God. And that want has to be, just like there is an example Ramakrishna gave, very nice example. When the children are playing, right? And mother does not come. Mother stays doing her work, what she has to do. But when children give up everything and they start crying, he doesn't care. He won't care for mom. He wants mom. And give up all those toys and everything. That toy does not become any important to him. What is important? He wants mother. Does that make sense? And then, doesn't matter how busy the mother is, mother stops everything and runs to the child. Why we are impure? Because we are so attached to all these things of this world. We spare our time going to the club, we spare our time, to going to the concert, going to dining, going to buying this, buying that, collecting all those things. We are too busy collecting, too busy spread out. Our focus is not, we are not crying out for God. You remember Meera used to cry almost so many nights just when she did not have a darshan of Krishna. She would cry and cry and cry. And that's what compelled Krishna to manifest. So same way, Jesus says, when you have that strong craving, hunger and thirst for God, then the God comes to you, God manifests. That happened to Prahlad, that happened to Dhruva, happened to Meera, even happened to Ramakrishna Paramahansa. So, it's so important, the Shraddha. Shraddha means the pure love, pure commitment. Now the next one, you shall love thy Lord, thy God, with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. This is the first commandment. Did you get it?
Yes.
One has to love God with all your soul, all your heart, all your mind, all your strength. In another words, you have to give your 100%. Let's put it this way. Not 5%, not 10%, but 100% you have to, like Jesus said another place, pray without ceasing. Do you know what that means? Without ceasing. What does that mean?
Yes.
What does that mean?
To pray without ceasing. Well, from our perspective, it would be to remain on the word.
Remain on the word. And Krishna said the same thing in a Bhagavad Gita. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamnuvasmara yuddhacha. Hey Arjuna, O Arjuna, remember my name constantly. While you are eating, sleeping, drinking, fighting with your enemies, Yuddhacha. Yuddhacha means when you are doing your duty, you are performing the yuddha with Kaurava, he has to. So while you are doing all these activities that you have to do in order to maintain your life, maintain your family, your duties, whatever you have duty in your world. But in the same time, you must remember the word, remember the holy name, all the time. Arjuna says, how is that possible? That I can do 24 hours a day and while I'm performing all my duties, and yet you want me to remember your name. So that name is going on within us in our every breath, we all know. And that, now even YouTube you can read, there are so many people practice this. And they talk about, and they do it. Many of them, they hear in their breath. I saw in the YouTube. And when they practice, they can hear the sound. Even Rajneesh talk about the Buddha. And Buddha was doing the same thing. He didn't, his practice was so easy, so simple. That breath is already going on inside you, right? Whether you are conscious or not conscious, breathing goes on. But all you have to do is to bring your consciousness and focus on your breath, breathing in and breathing out. The word is already inside, already going on, the word. You don't have to remind yourself of the word, but the word is already going on. Because our mind is so busy, so focused on the worldly affairs, and we are not able to hear it. Just like your music is already going on inside you, but why you are not hearing it? Because your hearing is focused on the external things. That making sense? So you hear the external things. When in the morning, I hear the sound so clear, so loud. The music, I hear so loud, and it goes on and on and on, and it's just so powerful. So you see, it's happening. It's really going on inside you all the time. And all you have to do is to focus, listen to the sound. Same thing, focus, listen to the word, Just when the breathing in, breathing out. It's just happening. You don't have to force yourself to breathe in and breathe out. It's just happening. All you have to do Your mind, which is wandering here and there, thinking this, thinking that, thousands of thoughts coming in your mind. And this is one way to clean out all the mess, all those thoughts, is to focus on the word, on the breath. Listen to the right side when you, even laying down, laying on your bed, listen. Focus on here, and you will hear the sound. So easy. So that is the sound that is sustaining our life. It's going on, and it's so wonderful sound that your mind becomes so fall in love with that, and you feel so peaceful. All your wishes come true, and you are having a really good time. So it is such a wonderful thing. All the masters, we hear Jesus, he talked about it. And so all other masters have, Krishna said them, Buddha said them, Christ said them. But the people make a religion out of it. Isn't that right? So they can run a business. And it has become a big business, believe it or not. And people fall into that, and they spend their whole entire life just doing that. And this way they have to keep coming back until they get it right. Is that a good thing? Huh? If you do it right in the first time, then you don't have to. And even if you have to come back, you are already free. You don't have to, what is called? They call it Jivan Mukta. Have you heard that word? Some people come as a prisoner. Other people come as a free person, free soul. Which one is better?
Being free is good.
Free soul, yeah. Like a Sant Gyaneshwar, came as a free soul. Ramakrishna Paramahansa came as they are already Jivan Mukta. They have no craving, no desire, no attachment, none. They don't want anything, and yet they are happy without having all this collection. And some people have all the collection and they are not happy. So thank you very much. That is the real source of happiness, lies within all of us. We don't have to go anywhere to find it.